The Chinese have announced that they're going to go to the moon. In fact, they will probably beat the United States.
Space travel has been getting more and more interesting lately. China is racing to the moon and might just beat the United States. But renowned physicist Michio Kaku alarms us of a shocking twist. Everything we learned about the moon could be way off. We're talking about where it came from, what it's made of, and why it's even there. We've stumbled upon some mind-blowing secrets and surprises up there that'll make you rethink everything. Let's explore these terrifying moon mysteries. We first stepped foot on the moon in 1969, a giant leap for humankind, but we haven't been back since 1972. Isn't that mind-blowing? However, the times are changing, and with the newest technologies, getting to the moon again is looking easier than ever. Michio Kaku, a renowned scientist, recently talked about this new chapter in moon trips, and guess what? China's already stepping up its game. China sent a robotic mission to the moon to collect samples and return them, similar to what the United States and the Soviet Union did in the past. Michio Kaku tipped his hat to China for joining this exclusive moon rock club. China is smart. They're learning from what the US did and finding their own shortcuts to catch up. Now, here's a twist. Space trips aren't just about science and bragging rights. They've got a serious side too. Michio Kaku pointed out that the moon could be part of military plans, with big countries like Russia and China making super-fast drones. But here's the thing, the moon is not really a top military spot since it's pretty close and doesn't have much to defend. This is where the Space Force comes into play. Some folks thought it was a bit funny when it first started, but it's serious business. The US owns a lot of satellites that help us with everything from using our phones to running our economy. The Space Force's job is to keep those satellites safe. It's like having a security guard for your most precious things, except it's out there in the vast expanse of space. Michio Kaku also whispered about some secret moon missions the US might be cooking up. But that's not all. Now, regular folks might get to join in on the space fun thanks to big dreamers like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Musk wants to build a new home for us on Mars, and Bezos dreams of a future where Earth is a big, beautiful park and all the messy, polluting industries are out in space. These business wizards are not just dreaming, they're doing it. Musk is already selling tickets to the moon. So if you ever dreamed of a moony moon instead of a honeymoon, that could actually happen. Our grandkids might think going to the moon is just a regular vacation. Isn't that wild? Now let's zoom out a bit. We've got China doing its thing on the moon, space becoming a part of military strategy, the Space Force playing cosmic cops, and billionaires planning space vacations and future space cities. But there's no need to worry about the moon becoming a battleground. The real deal is happening closer to home, with Russia boasting about its speedy drones and China wanting in on the action too. But hold on, there's more. A super cool discovery that's got everyone talking. Some smart scientists found water in teeny glass beads on the moon thanks to China's Chang'e 5 lander. This isn't just a drop in the bucket, it's huge news. It's like finding a secret oasis in the desert. The study even got into the fancy Nature Geoscience journal, making us think hard about what this means for our next steps in space. In a nutshell, the moon is getting busy again, and it's not just about planting flags or taking pictures. It's about the future, our future in space, with all the adventure, surprises, and big dreams that come with it. Isn't space just the most exciting place to be? A bunch of dedicated scientists recently embarked on an awesome journey, digging into a handful of tiny glass spheres they plucked from the moon's dirt, courtesy of the Chang'e 5 lander. With the help of some really cool gadgets like high-tech microscopes and special devices that shine different kinds of light, they stumbled upon something fantastic. Inside these small, glassy beads, they found water. Yes, you read that right. tiny droplets of water that had been hidden on the moon for who knows how long. For quite some time now, the smart folks in lab coats have been scratching their heads over the mystery of moon water. They've wondered how it got there, where exactly it's hiding, and if it has moved around over the years. Michio Kaku, who's kind of a celebrity in the science world, says finding water in these beads is a really big discovery. This isn't just a win for our curiosity, it's also super important for our future space explorations, especially when we think about going back to the moon. Plus, it gives us a clue about how water can stick around in places way different from our home planet, like those without any air. The Chang'e 5 mission that China kicked off in December 2020 was a big leap for moon knowledge. It had one goal: to grab fresh moon samples and bring them back to Earth. And guess what? It nailed it, scooping up those little glass beads filled with water. We haven't sent too many missions to touch the moon's surface recently, but Kaku is confident there's more water waiting for us there. Looking ahead, the moon's future is looking pretty thrilling. NASA is all set to send robots to snoop around the moon's south pole for ice at the end of 2023. Finding solid chunks of ice might not happen overnight, but the experts are on the lookout and know what to search for. But now, get ready for the twist. Everything we thought we knew about lunar water was turned on its head. Thanks to NASA's Special Flying Telescope, they spotted water in sunny spots on the moon as well. That's a big deal because we used to think that couldn't happen. This amazing finding suggests that water might just be scattered all across the moon, which is something to get everyone from your everyday space enthusiast to the pros in the science community super pumped. It's like finding out there's a hidden treasure that's way more spread out than we ever imagined. So what's the big deal, you ask? Well, this splash of news has us all dreaming about what lies ahead. If there's water on the moon, maybe one day we can use it to help astronauts stay up there for longer trips. It could mean setting up a base camp on the moon isn't just science fiction anymore. This discovery isn't just cool, it's game-changing. Now let's talk about a discovery that's really stirring up excitement. It's all about our moon, that big, beautiful orb we gaze up at in the night sky. And thanks to a super cool flying observatory NASA has called SOFIA, our dreams about taking longer trips to the moon, using what it's got to offer, and maybe even living there someday are getting a little bit closer to reality. Picture SOFIA as a high-tech plane soaring through the skies, way above where regular planes fly. It's got a special window that opens mid-flight, and out pops a powerful infrared telescope that looks into space. With this setup, SOFIA has been spying on a particular spot on the moon called the Clavius crater. This crater is gigantic. It's the second largest visible one from Earth, and it's giving us all sorts of clues about the moon's history. Now, hold on to your hats because here's the big news. SOFIA also found water in this crater. Yes, water on the moon. That's a big deal because it is reinforcing our previous findings. There's definitely more to the moon than we thought. It's not just a dry, barren place. Think back to when astronauts first set foot on the moon. Everyone pretty much thought the moon was a dry desert. The rocks they brought back did have a tiny bit of water, but folks believed that happened by mistake when they came back to Earth. Well, turns out that's not the case. The moon actually has its own water. This new piece of information is a game changer. It gives us a whole new way to look at the moon and opens up a bunch of exciting possibilities for exploring it. It's like we've been let in on the moon's secret, and the possibilities have our imaginations running wild. Oh, and get this, there's more than just water. China's lunar missions have uncovered a new type of rock that's letting us peek into the moon's past. And you bet that tells us some pretty interesting stories about our own planet too. One of the coolest things they found is this crystal that could turn out to be a real treasure for us here on Earth. Inside, it is something called helium-3. It's super rare on our planet, but the moon seems to have lots of it. Scientists like Michio Kaku, yep, a real brainy guy, think this could be the golden ticket to creating clean energy through something called nuclear fusion. If that works out, it could change everything for us in terms of clean energy. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Even though helium-3 is sitting there on the moon, getting it and bringing it back home is not going to be like a walk in the park. It's complicated, and there are a bunch of tricky problems that need figuring out. Despite the challenges, what China has achieved by finding these new moon minerals is pretty outstanding. They've joined an exclusive club of countries that have made some incredible discoveries, and it just goes to show why we're so hooked on learning more about the moon. In simple terms, the moon's been holding out on us with its secrets, and now that we're starting to uncover them, we're realizing there's a whole lot more up there than we ever imagined. It's like the moon's been inviting us to come over and discover its hidden gems, and maybe, just maybe, those discoveries could lead to some amazing things for us back on Earth. Helium-3 might sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's a real thing, and it could change how we power our lives. Picture this, just one space shuttle's worth of helium-3, which is only about 25 tons, could provide enough energy to keep the whole United States running for a whole year. That's massive, and with a price tag of $3 billion per ton, it's no wonder everyone's buzzing about it. Now, businesses and space agencies around the world are all eyes on the prize. They're dreaming up ways to get to the moon to grab some of this precious stuff. This isn't just about making a quick buck. It's about finding a new way to get clean energy for our planet. So, what's the big deal with the moon and helium-3? Well, it's like the moon's been holding onto a secret stash. And the most exciting spot up there right now is the South Pole Aitken Basin. It's a massive crater on the far side of the moon, and it's pretty ancient. Scientists believe that exploring this spot can teach us heaps about the moon's own story and even give us clues about the rest of our solar system. China's got its eyes on this prize too. They're gearing up for a big lunar mission called Chang'e 6. Their goal is to check out this special basin that's packed with secrets and possibly full of the moon's untold history. They're sending an orbiter, a lander, and other cool space gadgets to do the job. But it's tricky business. Since the far side of the moon is always facing away from us, you can't just give it a call or send a quick text. There's no direct line for communication. Even with those challenges, the US isn't sitting back either. American scientists have been working hard and have recently found something astonishing on the moon. In one of the biggest craters, they discovered a huge structure. It's incredibly heavy, think billions of kilograms, and it's massive, stretching over hundreds of kilometers. Everyone's pretty amazed by it. So what's next? Every time we go to the moon, we learn something new, and we're getting closer to uncovering its deepest secrets. The South Pole Aitken Basin, with its huge craters, is like a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. And it's not just about understanding the moon better, it's about seeing the bigger picture of how everything in space came to be. And it's not all just about science and exploration. Imagine a future where clean energy is easy to get and we're not polluting our planet. That's the dream driving this helium-3 race. The moon might just hold the key to a brighter, cleaner future for all of us. To sum it all up, there's a ton of excitement about what we could learn and gain from the moon. From solving the mysteries of the solar system to potentially hitting the jackpot with clean energy, it's all happening right now. And with countries and companies all jumping into the race, the next few years are going to be pretty thrilling. Let's see where this lunar adventure takes us. The recent discovery on the moon has everyone talking. It seems that scientists might have found something huge and metallic beneath the surface, similar to what you'd find in the middle of an asteroid or what's left after a volcano's lava hardens. Imagine finding a giant metal lump that's 5 times bigger than Hawaii just sitting under the moon's surface. That's what Peter B. James and his team think they've found. But how did they figure this out? Thanks to NASA's special space mission called GRAIL, which studied the moon's gravity in a super detailed way. It's like they have given the moon a full-body scan, revealing secrets about what it's made of and the big events in its history. And it's not just gravity measurements that have helped. Scientists have also been using lasers to measure distances really precisely. All this tech has led to some exciting discoveries. For example, scientists now think that the moon's insides have moved around a lot over time, kind of like Earth's continents drift. But this is the moon's whole mantle, or the layer under the surface. This big shuffle might even explain some mysteries about the moon's magnetic field. Basically, these new clues are changing the way we think about the moon. It's like we've been given a new set of eyes to look at our closest space neighbor. And who knows what we'll find next. It's an exciting time for anyone interested in the moon and space in general. We're not just looking at the moon, we're really starting to understand it. Friends, thanks for exploring with us on Beyond Discovery. If you enjoyed these revelations, click now on the next video that pops up on your screen. It's unbelievable.